So I got this pair of Jordan 5s for $25. Not gonna lie, they a little cooked, but for $25, I really can't complain. Now before I do anything to this shoe, I gotta give it a deep clean. You always gotta start off working on a clean surface. Now after I cleaned the shoe, I seen that the sole is starting to come off the bottom, so I end up just taking it off. But before I put the sole back on the shoe, I want to get the soles back icy blue. That's how the Shoe Lotta dude be in his videos, but this how the sole turned out. It did come back icy blue. Next, I re-glued parts of the midsole that was coming off the shoe. Then I went and glued the icy sole back onto the rest of the shoe. This is how the re-glue turned out. I just gave this shoe another 10 years before it fall apart again. Now for the scratches on the white leather, I sanded those down so they were nice and smooth. Then using my airbrush, I covered up all the scratches. Honestly, you really can't even tell it was scratches on this shoe. Now the last thing to do on this shoe is to repaint the midsole. And this midsole had 4 different colors, and 3 of them has to be custom mixed. The green, the gray, and the red paint took me a few hours to get the colors just right. When you're doing a restoration on a shoe, you want to get the colors as close to the original as you can, and usually just mixing paint can take a few hours by itself. But once I got those colors right, the restoration went nice and smooth. After all the paint was laid down, I went back and added in the paint splatter with a toothbrush. Just flicking the paint off the edge of the toothbrush gives you those light speckles that you need on the midsole. But for a shoe that came out 10 years ago and I only paid $25 for them, I feel like these shoes turned out pretty good. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Did I bring these back to life or no?